I never imagined we would be reunited under these circumstances.
And we never expected to find you behind bars again.
I know, seriously. I thought for sure you'd be busy issuing orders from Lazareno HQ.
In addition to my duties as president, I'm also working as chairman on the board of a startup company. We're hoping to develop this new business mainly in Silverant. I was traveling around to get a feel for the market.
Oh, that's right. Even though it's a Tetha Alla-based company, Lazareno is popular with Silveranti.
The efforts they invested into rebuilding Palmacosta must be playing a big role.
Many Tetha Allans continue to treat Silveranti like savages. If my company can help change that way of thinking, it will have served its purpose.
But thanks to the conflict with Tetha Alla, half-elves aren't persecuted as much as they used to be.
Yes, half-elves have become valued for their knowledge. The overall situation is unfortunate, but perhaps it can also be an opportunity.
Looks like we both have a few problems that must be dealt with.
But our problem right now is Lloyd.
Yes. I wonder what he's up to right now.
Regal, you seem so mature.
Yeah, you're incredibly polite, kind, and strong, too.
We're not all that dissimilar. Our only difference is I've been alive a little longer.
You would do well to follow his example, Emile.
You're one to talk, Tenebrae. You've been around way longer than Regal, and all you do is nag and complain.
Yes, I'm an old fogey, I know.
Hey, Regal?
What is it, Marta?
So you know that letter Rain gave you? I mean, was it really about, you know?
I hardly think it would be at all proper to reveal its contents. Rain, like all women, is entitled to keep her secrets private.
Private secrets? Like a confession of her love for you?
I'll leave that to your imagination.
Oh my gosh, no, I have to read it! Regal, can I ask you something?
Sure, what's on your mind?
I want to know what makes men tick. Guys are always rejecting me, saying I'm annoying or too serious or whatever.
Any man who would say such things is not worthy of your time. You are a charming young lady.
But...
I cannot claim to be much of a strategist, but I have learned that sometimes it may be better to pull back when being assertive doesn't work.
Pull back.
However, if your question has anything to do with Emile, then...
Okay, I've got it. I'll start with the pulling.
Cut it out, Marta. Why are you yanking on my arm all of a sudden?
That was quite a catch. No marlin I've ever caught can compare.
It certainly was enormous. For a moment, I believed I might snap in too.
Fishing is really more fun than I thought it would be. I'd like to try it again sometime.
I shall be happy to give you some lessons. Ocean fishing is enjoyable, to be sure, but you simply must experience stream fishing.
You mean it? That would be great. You almost sound like you could be my father, Regal.
Your father?
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean...
Ha ha! Welcome to the Old Fogey Club.
I hope this works.
Don't worry about it. If this doesn't work, we'll just think of something else.
Marta's right. Even if we are incorrect and discover that seafood gels are not the cause, that is still progress.
Yeah, you're right. I really need to stop being discouraged so easily.
You're doing it right now. You've got to stop that. There's nothing wrong with you. You're only worried about what'll happen because you care about the rest of us. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
The two of you complement each other most impressively. Marta fills in your missing pieces, Emile.
Hear that?
Yeah, thanks for always looking out for me.
I had forgotten how much boats sway.
Tenebrae, are you seasick?
Well, yes.
I guess not even centurions are immune to seasickness.
It looks that way.
What? Marta, not you too.
I told you. I get motion sickness.
If only I had some of my company's patented motion sickness medication. Why don't the two of you lie down in the cabin for now?
Good idea.
Oh, curse this awful vessel.
It's just like at Palmacosta. How could he do something so horrible?
Emile.
Damn it, Lloyd. Where are you?
He couldn't have gotten far. Let's track him down before he can leave town.
Does anyone else smell that?
Yeah, something sure stinks.
It smells like an attempt to take a masculine fragrance and strengthen it to ludicrous levels.
I think it's coming from Emil.
What?
It's not me. It's this ode to seduction stuff that guy Dex forced on me.
Ode to seduction?
You put that stuff on? That's so creepy.
Well, I mean...
My apologies. I believe that is one of my company's products.
What?
I'll send an order to the factory to halt production immediately. This odor is a menace.
Just what sort of corporation is the Lazareno Group anyway?
If I may bring up our previous discussion.
Huh? Which one?
You mentioned that I was so cold-hearted. Though it may seem that way, in actuality, I am quite kind.
Oh, that.
Yes. For example, if a monster is near death and suffering, I do not hesitate to use my powers to bring them under my control. And in battle, I always make sure to finish off an opponent, no matter how much they beg, before they have a chance to regret fighting me.
And that's being kind?
Yes. Among centurions, I am known for my moderation.
How could Lloyd not answer me?
You still want to save him somehow, don't you?
He is my friend.
What kind of person was Lloyd before?
Well, he was an optimistic, straightforward, and compassionate young man. He followed his heart, so he tended to act without thinking through his actions, but I found that innocence to be a positive trait.
That doesn't sound anything like the Lloyd I know.
That may be. I wish I could somehow introduce you to the Lloyd I once knew. Maybe then you'd understand how confused I am at this situation.
The flow of time cannot be reversed. No, there are those who can manage the task, but for humans it's exceedingly difficult.
Indeed, and as much as I long to see the Lloyd of old, we must deal with him as he is now. My apologies for having broached such a topic.
I'm so jealous.
Why's that, Marta?
I was just thinking what it would be like to be in a mature relationship like Regal and Rain. I mean, it's so exciting.
A mature relationship? You mean like having meddling in-laws? Being so poor you have to share a tiny piece of bread between the two of you? Huddling under a single blanket to ward off the cold at night?
Ugh, that's so romantic.
I was trying to be funny. It's so cold.
Yes, though it's much warmer here than it was before.
It's hard to believe things like this happen just because Ratatosk is asleep.
Lord Ratatosk brought us, the Centurions, together to command the monsters and restore balance to the mana flow. It's the only way to maintain stability in a world where mana didn't originally exist.
What do you mean by that?
Isn't mana the source of all life?
According to Lord Ratatosk, initially this world was without mana, as the mana from the comet Darius Carlon accumulated here. The giant Carlon tree took root and forever changed the environment of this world.
How long ago did that happen?
Let's see, about 10,000 years ago at the very least.
That long ago. It boggles the mind to think about it.
Are you serious? The Temple of Ice again?
I know. If we just hung out there a bit, we might have caught the accessory shop owner in the first place.
This sort of inconvenience is not uncommon. Anyway, I'm afraid we don't have much choice.
It just seems like a waste of time.
Hopefully we'll get an option to just quick jump there.
Quick jump?
Ah, never mind.
So Celsius was here, but now she isn't?
I'm not sure. A friend of mine is a summoner who once made a pact with Celsius, and the summoned spirit hasn't been seen here since.
So that means Celsius is still with that summoner?
That is the most likely explanation. However, summoned spirits, unlike humans, are not physical entities, so I imagine they don't exactly stay with summoners in the strictest sense.
Do Centurions have much in common with summoned spirits?
More so than we do with humans. As I am not a spirit myself, it's difficult to say exactly.
Summon spirits. I would have liked to see Celsius, or any of the other summoned spirits. Regal killed the one he loved with his own hands. I wonder how it happened. If I end up fighting Richter, will I be able to when the time comes? Wait, I mean, I'm not in love with Richter or anything. I mean, it's not like that. Not that I don't like him or anything. Actually, I like him a lot, but... I don't even know what I'm thinking anymore.
Emil, is something wrong?
What? No, I'm fine.
Huh? You really have a knack for falling into pits, Sheena.
Hey, it's not like I threw myself down that thing for the fun of it. By the time I realized that hole was there, it was already too late.
I thought it might just be part of your destiny as a descendant of the Fujibayashi line.
Very funny. Besides, what kind of crummy destiny would involve falling into holes?
Well, your ancestry could have a long history of falling into life's pitfalls.
Man, that guy reeked to high heaven.
Yes, that was his ode to seduction.
Sorry to interrupt this fascinating discussion, but if it continues much longer, our enemies are bound to catch up with us.
Oh, okay, I get it. You want us to stop talking, right?
Exactly. I hereby proclaim a ban on speaking.
I can't stand it. I just can't be so quiet for this long.
Excuse me if I'm mistaken, but as your profession is akin to that of a spy, I'd imagine that silence would occasionally be essential in your line of work?
You sure talk a lot for a dog.
I am not a dog, I'm a centurion. We centurions are not summoned spirits, nor are we animals, but rather...
Shh, if we keep yapping like this, we'll get caught.
But...
Speaking ban in effect.
My, this is wonderful. If only we could travel this quietly all...
Quiet!
Oh, right. My apologies.
Sheena, it's been far too long.
That's for sure. The last time we met was...
At the unveiling of Josette's restoration plan.
Right, that's it!
Were you on some kind of mission in Flanor?
No, I didn't have any official business to attend to. I was looking for Lloyd, and just happened to be there when Flanor came under attack.
You've been looking for him as well.
Aren't you worried about him?
Yes, I am.
Emil!
What?
Oh, nothing.
Huh?
Emile, Lady Marta is indicating she is happy.
Yeah, but about what?
She is pleased you were genuinely concerned for her welfare.
But that was...
As a man, you must now take responsibility.
Huh?
Those who carelessly spark false hope in a young lady's heart are doomed to scorn and resentment.
Who said I was trying to do anything like that?
The world tends to side with young ladies. I urge you to proceed with caution.
Tenebrae, you managed to surpass spiteful and graduate straight to malicious. Meltokyo's so huge. I bet you could get lost here pretty easily.
This was the capital of Tethe'alla when the world was still divided in two. So both people and goods gather here.
Ugh, it's no wonder that people in Tethe'alla look down on us.
Marta?
No town in Silverant can even come close to this size. We don't even have a leader to unite the people as a proper country.
But Silverant was ravaged by the Desians. The prosperity we Tethe'allans have enjoyed was at the expense of your people. If anything, we should be making every effort to repay what we've taken from you. Please forgive us.
Oh, that's not what I meant. I wasn't blaming the Tethe'allans. I was just thinking we're going to have to build a city to equal Meltokyo ourselves.
You're amazing, Marta.
Hey, you're Silveranti too, so we're in this together.
Right.
Centurions are such mysterious creatures.
You got that right. I mean, they just return to their altars when they're injured.
Actually, when they are inflicted with so much damage that they revert to their core state, they're supposed to return to Ratatosk himself.
Then Tenebrae is with me?
But Ratatosk is also currently in core form, without his powers. He doesn't have the strength to heal the Centurions. So Tenebrae returned to his altar. Or at least that's what they said.
You mean the other Centurions?
Yeah.
Wait, so if Ratatosk wasn't taking his nap, there'd be no need to go to the Temple of Darkness?
If Ratatosk was awake, we wouldn't be on this journey in the first place.
Oh, right.
Hey, do you think Tenebrae is really okay?
Yeah.
He's just changed back into a core, right? He's not dead or anything, right?
No, he's not dead!
You don't have to yell at me, you know. Sorry.
A Centurion can always be revived as long as their mana source doesn't dry up. They're like summon spirits in that way. The Centurions say it's not a question of his being alive or dead.
Okay, I get it. I'm sorry. I shouldn't panic just because I don't understand.
No, I like you better angry than meek and apologetic.
Emil in Ratatosk mode tells it straight like a man.
I guess it makes sense that the Temple of Darkness would be so dark.
Are you scared?
Not scared, exactly.
Dark places always make you wonder what might be hiding in them.
There isn't much that scares me, though, thanks to all the training I've been through.
Sheena, there's something on your back.
Ah! What is it?
It was just a cobweb.
Oh, cobwebs, right. Don't startle me like that.
That's some training. Damn, Alice! How could she do this to Tenebrae? Next time I see her, I'm gonna tie her up and toss her butt into Flanor Harbor.
You're too soft. I'd sling a rope around her and hang her from the tops of the Fuji Mountains.
I understand how you both feel, but I can't say I approve of your choice of words. Harsh words are evidence of troubled minds.
Okay then, the next time I have the pleasure of a rendezvous with Lady Alice, I would truly enjoy the opportunity to politely wrap her up with ropes and kindly submerge her in the beautiful waters of Flanor Harbor.
Damn it! What's with this hidden door crap? When I find it, I'm smashing it to pieces.
Emil, humans have a saying, a wise head makes a closed mouth.
And what's that supposed to mean?
I'm not sure.
Placing the control mechanism for a secret door adjacent to that door would be of little value. This can only mean that the switch is in a remote location.
Oh, I see. But you're using that wrong.
My apologies.
And what's with the impression of Tenebrae anyway?
I miss him.
Then we'd better stop wasting time and find the real thing.
Yeah.
I need to find Marta and have her hatch Tenebrae's core fast.
What is it, you two?
Tenebrae, welcome back.
We really missed you.
Oh my. Well, I am sorry for causing concern.
Is that all you gotta say? Show some emotion. Is old age making us a little grumpy?
How rude. I would ask that you not treat me like an elderly dimwit.
Look, he's getting angry. It's really him.
Yep, I wouldn't have him any other way.
What happened while I was gone?
That's weird. When did I pick up Tenebrae's core?
Is something wrong, Emil?
Well, yeah. My memory is...
Your memory?
No, it's okay. It's nothing. My memory of when I arrived at the Temple of Darkness is really hazy. Why? Hey, Mom, do you...
Huh?
I'm sorry. That just sort of came out. I guess it's because you seem sort of mom-like.
You think I'm motherly? Are you implying that I'm old?
No, not like that. I mean, you were really kind and grown up and stuff, and I don't know, kind of like the middle-aged women who lived in my neighborhood.
What?
Hey, Tenebrae, help me out here.
You see, on some level, Emil feels a sort of attachment toward you as a mother. And as we know, a powerful symbol of motherhood is the breast. The young man is simply expressing his appreciation for your ample bosom.
Huh? Is that how you've been looking at me? You creep!
You jerk, you perv! How could you? I hate you!
I guess reawakening didn't change you, Tenebrae.
How is the Temple of Darkness?
It was really dark.
It is, after all, the resting place of my altar. One should expect some darkness.
That's right, you're a dark elemental.
Darkness is quite pleasant. It wraps the world in a warm, black blanket. It would seem, though, that my altar was converted into a temple of some sort during my sleep.
I think it was Crucius that built the temples.
Crucius is that institution in the heavens where Goddess Martel lives, right?
Yes, I suppose that describes it well enough.
So the Church of Martel's followers turned the Centurion's altars into temples.
Indeed. It's rather rude to remodel someone's home without asking permission. They've ruined the bleakness of my magnificent lair.
What's the big deal? It's still plenty dark.
The quality of the darkness is as different as night and day. Can you truly not appreciate that fact?
I guess some differences are too subtle for we humans to perceive.
So who is Celis?
Celis is the half-sister of Zelos, the Chosen.
She has a frail constitution. Without the aid of an X-sphere, even everyday activities are difficult for her.
X-spheres. Those stones with mysterious powers, right? And they were made by the Desians.
Yes. They allow people to amp their abilities to their full potential. Both of us have one.
The king has issued an order demanding the surrender of all X-spheres. So we'll have to return these as well someday.
At any rate, Celis didn't waste any time in giving her X-sphere back. And that's why Zelos has been so worried about her.
When Celis is involved, the Chosen has a tendency to lose his composure.
Anyone so much as touches a hair on her head, and he'd hunt them down to the gates of hell itself.
Wow, that's so dashing. I wish I had an older brother like that.
Damn them. I don't care if they're the Vanguard or what. Anybody who even looks at Celis the wrong way is gonna answer to me. After I string them up by their necks from the summit of Mount Fuji, I'll tie them to a sack of bricks and dump them into Flanor Harbor.
Wow, Rico and Sheena weren't kidding.
Yeah,
What did they say?
They said you cared a lot about your sister.
that you'd never forgive anybody who hurt her.
Essentially, they said you seem to have a thing for your sister.
Regal, Sheena, come here a sec.
No, that's not what we meant.
Tenebrae!
Oh, why hello, Miss Jubilees. I see you're keeping that sumptuous body of yours in top shape.
Say it again and I'll smack you.
Ow! You always warn me after you do it. Nice to see you haven't changed, Sheena.
Nice to see you still can't have a conversation without slobbering over breasts.
The Chosen's personality is the picture of constancy.
You haven't changed a bit yourself, Duke Bryant.
Chosen, we just saw each other the other day at the salon of Countess Rattenmeyer.
He was checking out her voluptuous aristocratic curves, no doubt.
What's that, Sheena? Do I detect a note of jealousy?
What?
It's almost as if they'd never been apart.
So this is the Vanguard's base. Man, what a total dump.
Making it ornate would serve little purpose.
But what kind of scum locks a guy's poor sister up in a diseased rat hole like this?
You were expecting one of those immaculate, luxurious revolutionary soldier camps?
A little of you goes a long way, Tenny.
I might say the same thing about you, sir.
You got that right.
Come on, guys, where's the love? Sheena was an assassin, right? What's she doing falling into a low-tech trap like that?
From what we've heard, she struggled with this a bit in your previous journey as well.
And this isn't the first time it's happened on this trip either.
For real?
Yeah, which reminds me, I've seen more pitfalls on this one trip than I have in my entire life.
So fill me in. How is dragging this tyke around with us gonna help us rescue Celis?
Hey!
No, I don't mean you, Marta, sweetie. I was talking about our little daydreamer over here.
Sorry.
I don't know how you can be such a limp noodle with this lovely little lady fawning all over you like she does.
Hey! I won't let you talk about my night like that.
Whoa, kid, for a dim bulb, you sure put the moves on quick.
No, it's not like that.
It's not?
Wait, I mean, huh?
Ah, there's nothing like young love.
I'm worried about Celis, but I really hope Sheena's okay too.
I know. Why do bad things always happen in pairs?
How about you, Marta? Are you doing okay?
Huh?
I mean, everything that's happened with the Vanguard lately.
It's hard to believe I used to be in a group that would do all this.
But you're not in it anymore. You're with us now.
Yeah. Thanks, Emil.
Richter said Aster while he was looking at me. Aster. I guess that's someone's name. But why say it to me? I don't know. It really bothers me.
Oh, I can't believe this.
You're not the only one. How could they involve my poor sister in this?
But what does this all mean? I'm so confused. Okay, the real Lloyd was the one gathering the cores. Meanwhile, Dex was posing as Lloyd and committing crimes in his name. Right, Emil?
Who is Aster? What did he mean?
What does Brute want with the cores?
Is that exercise machine Dex ordered really ineffective? Has anybody tried it out?
Proving which Lloyd was real and which Lloyd was fake will be difficult with only his own word as evidence.
This is impossible!
Excuse me, Lloyd?
Lloyd, Bud.
Lloyd?
Lloyd, answer us.
Come on, Lloyd.
I have nothing to say.
But I don't get it. The Lloyd you all talked about would never act like that, right? What is he thinking? Come on, Zelos, I know you can explain this.
I'd like nothing more than to grant your wish, Marta, my angel, but I can't speak in Lloyd's place.
Is that all you can say? I trusted him because all of you did.
But it wasn't Lloyd who attacked Palmacosta and those other towns. I want to believe that the real Lloyd has a good reason for what he's doing.
And I'm saying I want to know what that reason is. If he'd just talked to us instead of giving us the cold shoulder, we might even be able to help him.
Marta.
I understand you feel partly responsible for the things the Vanguard's done, but it's not a child's place to pay for the mistakes of their parents. And directing all that frustration at Lloyd isn't the right answer either. Though I do wish Lloyd would have said something instead of just turning his back on us.
Zelos,
Fallen head over heels for me, have you?
You'd actually be pretty charming if you didn't say stuff like that.
Lloyd refused to talk to us.
But he did save Celis. We can rest assured he hasn't really changed.
Yes, I'm sure he'll be able to explain all of this someday.
Yep, sooner or later keeping so many secrets to himself will be impossible for a guy as trusting as Lloyd.
You're right. Oh, but I just hate not knowing the truth behind all this.
It looks as though all we can do now is wait.
Colette's still as cute as a button, Sheena's curves are delectable as ever, and Marta's spunky attitude just gives me goosebumps. I think I've died and gone to heaven.
As soon as we rescued Celis, he's back to his usual self.
Zealous is so flighty.
No, Marta. Zelos isn't flighty. He's shallow.
Colette, who said that about me?
Professor Sage. She said you're like a wading pool. Professor Sage can't swim, remember? I think she means she likes Zelos.
Fine. I'm a shallow man with obvious motives, so sue me.
Solum's core may not be here after all.
Oh yeah, the Vanguard might have it. Do you know, Marta?
No, I'm sorry. Ever since Daddy started to change, I've been avoiding him, so...
Hey, don't sweat it. Worrying about it won't help us now. Besides, things should clear up once we get to the Temple of Earth, right?
That's right. Let's hurry.
Who do those jerks think they are? I heard the Church of Martel was up to no good. Looks like the rumors were true. What the hell is Zelos thinking?
The appeal of the Chosen has dropped sharply since the system that supported his status was abolished. Putting all the blame on the Chosen is unfair.
And Silverant's Church of Martel is completely controlled by the church in Tethaala.
Sounds like the Church of Martel's days are numbered.
It would be difficult to imagine otherwise.
Why do they all look so pale?
Well, yeah. This town's packed to the gills with bookworms and eggheads.
So they're the complete opposite of you?
Well, excuse me. And what about you, huh?
I'm in the same boat.
Looks like you both could stand a bit of polish at the hands of Professor Sage.
Better hope her ruin mode disease isn't contagious.
Like you're one to talk.
Emil, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just spaced out there for a second.
I wonder if you have a fever. Anyway, let's get you back to the inn for some rest.
Okay. I'm sorry to worry you. Marta, do you really think this Aster person was killed by Richter?
Hey, have you heard this story? Long ago, a little boy and girl lived deep in the forest.
A little boy and girl.
One day, while out on a stroll, they came upon a house made entirely of gels. They were hungry, so they started to eat it, when suddenly this old woman...
Why do I look so much like this Aster? Maybe he's a distant relative or something.
It appears you were unable to alter his troubled mood. By the way, I'm rather curious about the end of your story.
Does it really matter? They all lived happily ever after, the end.
I hope those guards don't give us any more trouble.
We've got an official okay from the director. We'll be fine.
I guess. But what if they attack us and I lose my memory again?
Emil, give me your hand.
Huh? Oh, okay. Hey! Ouch!
It hurts, right? That's proof you're here right now.
Yeah.
Does my hand feel warm?
Yes.
That means I'm here too, right beside you. So stop looking like you could disappear at any moment.
Thanks.
It looks like I'm tied to this place, whether I like it or not.
Something seems to be bothering Sheena.
She once failed to forge a pact with Volt, the summoned spirit of lightning.
Oh.
It was a disaster that took the lives of a quarter of the people of Mizuho. Because of that, she has led a lonely life, even among her own people. But she overcame pain, sadness, and fear in order to save this world, and eventually succeeded in her pact with Volt. In that regard, Sheena may understand both of your struggles better than anyone.
Paparo paparo pippity poppity poo.
And what does paparo paparo pippity poppity poo mean? Is that some sort of newfangled slang?
It was written in the research notes I found. It's in the language of the angels, so I might not be reading it correctly.
But why would that be written in these notes?
Here, maybe you can read it.
Let me see now. It says, some centurions are stuffy and old-fashioned.
How true.
Whoever wrote these notes must be a really brilliant researcher.
How
come there are lightning strikes indoors? It's really dangerous.
We may be safe, though, considering the people in our party.
Why is that?
Well, they say lightning strikes tall objects.
Tall objects. Oh, yeah.
Now that you mention it, Regal's pretty tall.
Well then, we have nothing to worry about. We're counting on you, Mr. Lightning Rod.
Ugh.
That art you used back there was really something.
That wasn't me. It was Ratatosk.
You said something about a boundary. Can Ratatosk's power affect the very fabric of space and time?
Such power can only be used to a limited degree.
If Rain were here, she'd be demanding a repeat performance, no doubt.
Shouldn't we be hurrying to the altar?
You're that worried about this woman?
Of course I am. Not that I'd expect an insensitive jerk like you to understand.
What?
Ugh. I hope Erlina is all right.
I'm worried that she got sucked in with the Vanguard. I hope she isn't attacked by Dex.
It's the cores they're after. I doubt they'd harm a woman who has nothing to do with all this.
You're worrying over nothing.
Sheena, Regal, Tenebrae, let's get going.
Hey, Marta!
I make it a rule not to speak to insensitive creeps.
What are you talking about? Damn it! Hey, Marta, about that monster.
Sheena, I'm starving, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess.
Marta, are you listening? Hey!
Tenebrae, are you picking up anything about Relina's whereabouts?
I'm afraid that is impossible. She would need to have a connection to Lord Ratatosk.
Come on, Marta!
Regal, we should really be getting back to see Director Schneider, right?
Yes.
Damn it! Enough is enough!
So then, that letter from Rain wasn't a love letter after all. I'm a bit disappointed.
A woman of her quality deserves a far better man than I.
Perhaps Rain and Regal are both simply too attractive for the match to ever work.
No way, that's exactly why they're perfect for each other.
There is another to whom I've already pledged my heart.
What? There is?
However, she has passed on.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, there is no need to be. I'm the one who can't seem to lay the past to rest.
I'm sure she's glad to have you keeping her memory alive, though. I'm actually a little jealous.
Thank you.
Why don't you guys say something? I can't stand this sort of thing. Do something, Regal!
Let them be. The problem is theirs. They will solve it on their own.
Yeah, I guess. But they're driving me up the wall.
So, X-spheres can hurt the people who equip them. I wonder if the same is true about Ratatosk's core. What if the core starts to affect me and I don't realize it? What will happen to me?
Lady Marta, you do not look well.
Oh, no. I'm just a bit tired.
Oh, yeah? Want to take a break?
No, I'll be fine. We've got to get to the Temple of Earth.
This is where Gnome, the summon spirit of Earth, used to be, right?
Yeah, I remember how hard it was making a pact with him.
Was Gnome really that strong?
Actually, it was everything we had to do beforehand to get to him.
That's right. We had to make curry.
Curry?
Yeah, which meant we had to hunt down some spicy ingredients.
Were you the one who made it, Regal?
Let's see. That time it was...
Well, like I always say, you can't curry favor without curry, right? Get it?
What's with all the sighing, Marta?
We've been underground for a while, and it feels like it's hard to breathe or like something's pressing down on me.
The air here is quite earthy and dusty.
Yeah, and it's so dim I can barely see.
That is most certainly bothersome as well.
I thought you were the captain of the Hooray for Darkness Brigade.
This does not come under the category of dark. I speak of something much richer, much deeper, a beautiful world of ebony.
I think Tenebrae's what you'd call a darkness maniac.
So this is what the X-sphere mine was like.
Yes, though I doubt it would be possible to unearth any more from this area.
It's incredible there's still this much left of it intact, despite the explosion. I guess it was really built to last.
We built it to withstand whatever disasters might occur, though this does present a problem.
I'll have to ask for Rain's help in finishing the demolition.
But why Rain?
During our journey of world regeneration, she destroyed one human ranch after another. She earned the nickname H.E. Bomb.
H.E. Bomb? Shouldn't it be S.H.E. Bomb?
Emile could give Colette a run for her money.
Woohoo! Altamira, here we come!
Everyone travels around town in vehicles, right?
Yes, the city was designed to be experienced as a resort. Even transportation has been carefully planned to be as enjoyable as possible.
And Klonoa is the town mascot. I wonder if he'll be there.
I hope we get a chance to meet him.
Woohoo!
Tenebrae, was that your Klonoa impression?
Forgive me. I was jealous of Klonoa getting all the attention. I will now explain to all of you the magnificence of darkness.
You really take this seriously.
Of course. Darkness is truly magnificent. When you're feeling down, the thing that allows you to sink even further, to truly plumb the depths of your depression, is darkness. When you wish to conceal the truth, darkness will hide whatever you don't want to be seen. Want to topple your foes without being noticed? Do so under the cover of darkness. How about it? Are you ready to come to the dark side?
I don't know. Those things don't exactly get me all excited.
Doesn't sound like much fun to me.
Oh, but it is. If you're still unconvinced, perhaps you'd like to try a bite of my famous dark stew surprise.
That is a type of stew you make by throwing random ingredients into a pot, correct? A dish of that sort would be as likely to fail as to succeed.
Right, it probably wouldn't be awful, but I doubt it would taste great either.
Ah, I can feel the darkness of your rejection blooming in my heart.
It's like every little detail in Altamira has something to do with the Lezareno company.
There's even a Lezareno emblem on that manhole cover we stepped on.
From the cradle to the grave. It's one of the Lezareno group's most important slogans.
So I guess that means they're behind pretty much everything here.
It sounds rather risky.
Why?
Since Lezareno provides this town with all its goods and services, if the company were ever to go bankrupt, the lives of those living here would fall apart along with it.
To assure that such events do not occur, our company dedicates itself to the continued pursuit of business excellence.
Very good, then.
What's with the attitude?
Man, things sure went to hell in a hurry. Is there anything the idiot Vanguard won't try?
I'm sorry.
No, I'm the one who should apologize. I wasn't trying to blame you.
She's right. You shouldn't feel responsible.
But
Let's go back to the hotel and figure out a plan. If we all put our heads together, we're bound to find a way to resolve this.
okay.
Do you think Marta's okay?
Well, it is Alice we're dealing with. It's impossible to be certain, but I doubt even she'd dare to kill the commander's daughter.
Exactly. All we need to do is find the weak spot in their plan and exploit it. Marta's gonna be fine. Although I'm gonna have to give that girl a talking to when this is over. She can't just run off like this.
Yeah. Marta, please be okay. Regal, I'm sorry about earlier. That thing I said about presents needing a ribbon, it was a stupid joke. I shouldn't have made fun of you like that.
It's all right.
I mean, I actually sort of think wearing a ribbon would suit you. You know, being an aristocrat and everything. Or maybe not a ribbon, but a rose?
A rose.
Like you could wear it in your hair or clinch it in your teeth?
I've sent roses to ladies before, but I can't say I've ever worn one. Besides, if I were to do something like that, Sheena would never let me live it down.
Actually, it might look kinda good.
What?
Sweet! Sneaking past these guards is easy as pie.
Yes, that was rather easy.
They do seem to lack a certain dedication to their work.
Exactly. Hey, wait, Tenaby. Aren't you gonna say something like, I quite agree, sweetie pie?
Sweetie pie? I hardly think this is the time to be exchanging such pleasantries.
You're missing the point. Making bad jokes and puns is your thing. Sweet. Easy as pie. Sweetie pie. Get it?
Let's see. Sweet, it's sweetie pie until the bitter end, correct?
Never mind.
Looks like Alice is still abusing Hawk.
He probably doesn't have a choice, especially when you consider their legendary duel.
What is this duel?
When Alice joined the Vanguard, Hawk was the head of the combat unit. They apparently battled it out for his position, and he lost in a really bad way.
I'm almost afraid to ask.
I didn't see it, so I can't be sure, but I heard he still has scars from that battle on his back. Supposedly, they formed the words, Alice's pet.
Talk about being scarred for life.
If things were normal, I would have loved to check out the casino.
What are you saying? Kids aren't allowed to gamble.
Hey, I'm not a child anymore. What do you say, Emil? Don't you think it sounds like fun?
Actually, I'd rather go play in the amusement park.
Ugh, stop being so childish.
Hold your horses. You two are the same age. You kids are gonna have to stick to the amusement park.
I believe you've always preferred the amusement park yourself, Sheena. Or am I mistaken?
Seriously? Sheena, you've got the body of a woman, but the heart of a little girl.
So what?
So, Persea, what other sorts of good luck charms have you come up with?
Soulmate shackles, hair today, hair tomorrow tonic, fess up ferns, the marry me wand.
Hey, Aunt Flora had one of those. Anything else?
An outfit that, despite having a bare midriff, never allows your skin to get cold and also protects against enemy attacks. I call it the Lonnie Kyle.
Oh, I've heard of that. That was a big hit, but then it faded fast, right?
It was a tough sell.
Was that everything?
There was a mask that hid your face without actually hiding it, but still mysteriously prevented anyone from realizing your real identity. I called it the Judas mask.
Haven't heard of that one.
It was stolen while still in development, and the project had to be called off. It was my proudest achievement. A real loss.
You came up with all that stuff? You're incredible!
So you're not from Altamira, right?
No, I'm from Ozette.
Where exactly is that?
It's just on the other side of the Garakia forest, but only a handful of people live there now.
Why's that?
The town was destroyed once. The land was never considered very desirable, and the village had a reputation for opposing the Church of Martel, so people have been reluctant to move back.
That's terrible.
However, my friends are helping out. I know the village will recover someday. Right now, it's in no state for visitors, but I'll give you a tour someday.
Yeah, I'd like that. I thought my heart was going to jump right out of my chest when we were going past that checkpoint. On the other hand, you were so calm, Persea. You've got a real poker face.
That's not true. My heart was pounding like mad as well.
Really?
Yes. It was going waka waka waka, and my palms were sweating like mad.
Your heart was going waka waka waka?
Yes, waka waka waka.
Waka waka waka?
Waka waka waka.
That's not how it looked to me.
Waka waka waka. Your spirits seem to be low. Are you tired?
No, that's not it.
Are you worried about all those revolts Magnar was talking about?
The bigger Vanguard becomes, the more it seems like it's turning into some rampaging monster. How can something I helped create have gone so wrong? What should I do?
That I do not know. But Sheena said to make sure the two of you were taken to safety. I believe that means your safety is important to resolve these problems.
She's right, Marta. Staying here and worrying about it won't give you answers. The only thing we know for sure is that we can't let them get Ratatosk's core.
It's like our roles are now reversed.
Huh?
When I first met you, I was always the one trying to cheer you up. Now I'm the one with no confidence and you're getting stronger.
Maybe, but it's only thanks to you and everyone else. I'll lend you my strength when you're feeling down.
Emil.
This town has a different air about it than the others we have visited.
That is probably true. While it is located in Tetha'ala, the people living here have their own unique culture.
So this is Sheena's hometown.
I hope she's all right.
I'm sure she is. Though she encountered many dangers on our previous journey, she always landed on her feet. We are all very lucky. It is the same luck that brought us together, so I'm confident things will work out.
Thanks for saying that. It's odd. You're younger than me, but you feel like an older sister.
Older sister. You can call me sister anytime you like.
Is the Mana Cannon really that powerful?
Yes. It was originally developed to destroy the Tower of Salvation. I doubt there is any weapon more powerful. In our last journey, we used it to stop the giant tree when it threatened to destroy the world. It was Sheena's responsibility to fire the cannon.
The giant tree that killed my mother was stopped by the Mana Cannon. Then the cannon must be immensely powerful. I mean, it toppled a tree that covered the entire world.
Yes. If such a weapon fell into the wrong hands, it could easily wipe out a town or two.
We'll never let something like that happen. Never.
Isn't there some way we can stop all the chaos the Vanguard is causing around the world?
I'm sure the Royal Army is marshalling their forces to deal with the situation.
So, they'll be coming to Altamira, right?
No, that's precisely what the Vanguard's uprisings are designed to prevent. With their forces scattered, the army won't even be able to approach Altamira, especially now that the Vanguard claimed it as its base.
Then the only way to bring down the Vanguard is from the inside.
Yes. And the only people that can do that now
are us.
Yeah, so let's hurry to Altamira. Regal and Sheena need our help. Persea, it's been a...
Genus, it has been a while.
Persea, Ozette.
Yes. Thanks to your help, Ozette is on its way to recovery.
Miss?
Yes. With the support provided by Lezareno Mystic Supply, life in the village has returned to normal.
Persea, your ability to translate Genus's stuttering has improved immensely.
Thank you. I'm used to it now.
I've been thinking about what Magnar said, about how Silverunt's less advanced society leaves them vulnerable to persecution by Tethaolans.
Yeah.
The worlds were united. Everyone is living together. So why is it still like that?
They're scared.
Huh?
People reject those who are different and assume that the world they know is all that exists. As a result, they are unable to understand other points of view. Those thoughts lead to fear, and that fear leads to war. I believe that our ability to travel together despite our differences is due to the efforts we make to understand one another.
I think you're right.
On that note, let me take this opportunity to once again explain the magnificence of darkness.
No!
Hey, Tenebrae, the lady you turned into, is that what Centurions consider to be beautiful?
Yes, we Centurions have a highly refined aesthetic sense.
Well, what about Rain?
Truly a vision of beauty.
My.
And Persea?
Very lovely indeed.
How nice.
Okay, what about me?
Why, you are beautiful as well, Lady Marta.
So then, which of us is the most beautiful of all?
I believe that would have to be me.
You really love yourself, don't you?
Mr. Fairy?
Are you referring to me? I am not a fairy. I am a centurion.
Okay. Mr. Tenaby?
Mr. Tenaby? Well, that's new. Whoa! What are you doing? Why are you grabbing my leg?
You have no paw pads.
Paw pads? Shall I make some?
Wow. Poke, 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 poke.
That tickles. Stop. I beg you. I can't take any more.
It's been a while since we've been alone together.
You're right.
Please don't forget about me.
I haven't forgotten. It's just a matter of nuance.
Oh, it's quite all right. The elderly are always being shoved aside.
I thought you didn't like to be called old.
It's a matter of nuance.
Oh, come on! Why does the Lezareno company need to have buildings this big?
Maybe as a symbol of their success?
But why do we have to suffer for it? A company's buildings should be simple and small.
I know a way to make these buildings very small.
How?
Easy. We simply cause the Lezareno company to go bankrupt.
I think Regal would kill us if he overheard this conversation.
Ah, Colette, sometimes I could just kiss you. Your ability to turn every simple stumble into a miniature miracle never ceases to amaze me.
Her stumbles make miracles?
See, every time Colette falls down or makes a mistake, something good always comes of it.
Now that you mention it, when Colette tripped and bumped into Marta, she saved her from being attacked by a monster.
I'm not doing it on purpose.
Oh, I believe I've come up with quite a plan.
Speak right up, Tenny.
We'll have her take a tumble on her way to buy lottery tickets, then sit back and watch the money roll in.
That's pretty pathetic, Tenny. I'll tell you, Emil, little old Alice really stuck it to you back there.
Are you trying to say that it was my fault? Don't worry, I know that already.
Whoa, don't get your panties in a bunch, kid. I wasn't blaming you.
Then what is it?
You see, when a boy is tricked by a woman for the first time, that's when he becomes a man. You trust one, get betrayed, trust another, get betrayed, you swear you'll never trust again, but then you do. That's male-female relations in a nutshell for you. It's true she got the better of you this time, but now we've got another full-grown man on our side.
You sound like you speak from experience.
Leave me alone. You'll see for yourself soon enough. Dearest Marta, am I glad to see you safe and sound. If we lost you, I'm not sure the people of this world would ever be the same.
That's a bit over the top.
No, Marta dear, you simply don't know your own value. You are far more lovely than any blossom. You sparkle more brightly than any diamond.
Sorry, Marta. Looks like the last of his screws finally came loose.
Was I talking to you, Sheena? You don't have anything going for you but your chest.
I'm gonna smack you for that!
Ouch! Hold on, that was a kick. Get your words straight. Man, what is with this building? It's more like a fortress than an office. Is Lezareno making stuff that really needs this much protection?
I know Regal would never make anything dangerous. I'll bet whatever they make here is really fun.
What makes you say that? The security in this place is pretty extreme.
I've got it. They must be for training spies.
Spies?
Yeah, that has to be it. I'll bet they're training an army of spies to hide in cardboard boxes and steal top-secret info from rival companies.
Why cardboard boxes?
Slow down, Colette. Wouldn't that make Regal some sort of nefarious corporate overlord?
Oh, I guess you're right. Then they're training an army of spies to save the world from evil companies everywhere.
Maybe we should move away from the army of spies.
You said you met Lloyd, right?
Yes.
Did he say anything to you?
Oh, he did ask if you were doing okay.
Really? What? Now, why would he?
You know, you fell in that hole back at the Vanguard base and he wanted to make sure you weren't hurt. He may have changed, but he hasn't stopped caring about his close friends.
Well, I'm made of sterner stuff than that. No reason to worry about little old Sheena, no sir.
Wait, so does Sheena like Lloyd?
I think that's pretty obvious.
Emil!
What's with the grabbing all of a sudden?
I was just so happy you came for me.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm glad you're okay.
Emil?
Yes?
Why won't you hug me back?
Meanie.
I would argue that forcing others to watch your public displays of affection is considerably more cruel.
Sorry.
I hope Daddy's okay.
Marta.
Don't worry. Rain and the others are with him. The best thing we can do for him now is to find a doctor.
Yeah.
Let's hurry. Why? I just don't understand.
What's wrong?
I don't get it. Why would Richter want to make an organization like the Vanguard? He's a half-elf. Why would he care about the struggles between Silverant and Tethaala? It just doesn't make sense.
Emil, I'm sorry. I was in the Vanguard myself, but I didn't know anything. How could I have been so foolish?
No, I'm the one who was foolish. I hurt your father. I was only thinking of myself.
It was the only way for you to stop him. Rather than regret what's already done, let's do everything we can to help him.
You're right. Marta, are you okay?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to cry. It's just... I've been afraid for so long. I was prepared to fight Daddy, but I was so scared. He's the only family I have. I know he's committed terrible crimes, and that he'll be paying for them for the rest of his life. But I'm so glad he's alive.
I'm glad too. I really am.
Thank you, Emil.
I can't believe this. I was using a girl to save myself. A girl who told me she loved me. It's cruel.
You may have been cruel. As Lord Ratatosk, that is.
Huh?
But the part of you that is Lord Emil has given everything to protect Lady Marta. And I detected no calculation or self-interest in that.
Tenebrae.
This is only one Centurion's impression.
Emil, Tenebrae said that memories can lie, and I agree with him.
Marta.
We all have a couple of misconceptions, or things we've convinced ourselves happened a certain way when they actually didn't. Memory isn't an exact science, but it's something we depend on. I mean, what else can we turn to in the end? But that doesn't mean that the journey you and I have shared so far is a lie. There's nothing false about it. I'm not sure the best way to say this, but the Emil I know is really Emil.
Thanks, Marta.
Daddy looked like he used to.
He's been freed from the effects of the core. I'm happy for you.
Yeah. His wounds will need time to heal, but the doctor says he's making a strong recovery.
Take good care of him.
I will. I've been thinking. After our journey's over and Daddy's well again, I want to help him make up for what he's done.
You really love him, don't you?
Of course.
First Dex and now Commander Brute. The effects of the cores are more dangerous than I thought.
but I can't imagine Persea would change that much from how she is now.
No, me neither.
Really? Many people tell me I've changed a lot from how I used to be.
You have?
Like how?
Well, I didn't speak as much, and I didn't show any emotion. I also laugh more than I did before, and I have more of an appetite.
But?
I've been told my original personality, before everything happened, was more bright and cheery than now.
Huh?
The World Tree is the mana-producing tree that was born after the giant Carlon tree withered, correct? What is its name?
Well, that came out of the blue. Who cares? It's just a name, right?
If it has a name, I've never heard of it.
I'd like nothing more than to answer all your questions, Marta, my dear.
Zelos.
Don't worry, Persea. I won't break my promise to Martel.
Your promise to Martel? As in Martel the goddess?
Well, yeah, that's the one.
You met with Martel? That's incredible. I guess you really are the chosen of the church.
Martel helped us out quite a bit during our last journey.
No way! You actually got to meet a goddess?
Okay, one at a time. Settle down now.
What a clever way to change the subject.
I wonder what the guardian of the World Tree is like.
What will we do if he's mean and scary?
Come on, Colette, don't start. You're gonna make me all nervous.
I, for one, hope the guardian is a beautiful maiden. Come to think of it, I won't accept anything less.
At least you are consistent, chosen one.
Come on, rather than some buff axe-wielding dude, wouldn't you rather have a haughty guardian with a killer bod? I mean, I take an elegant petite guardian too, of course.
I hope the guardian has paw pads.
Yes, I concur.
Remember, we are speaking of the guardian of the World Tree. It's probably something akin to a centurion, filled with knowledge of the ancient world.
A creature like me? Then that would mean...
The guardian's really old.
So, to sum up, the guardian is a wise old lady with a killer body and paw pads.
I really hope not.
You all knew the World Tree's name, but hid it from us.
Sorry, Mr. Tenabe.
I suppose I can forgive you. After all, the World Tree is no longer under the dominion of Lord Ratatosk. It has been entrusted to a new tree spirit.
Oh, right, which is apparently named Martel as well. Does it have some connection to the goddess Martel?
I wouldn't call it a connection. They're one and the same thing.
What?
Think of it this way. There was this woman worshipped as a goddess. She risked her life to regenerate the world, and then she was reborn as a tree spirit.
So the goddess became a summoned spirit? This world doesn't have a goddess anymore? What about the angels of Crucius?
I cannot say for certain whether or not any gods exist, but Crucius, the host of angels so revered by the Church of Martel, no longer exists in this world.
They set out for a destination much, much farther away than the heavens.
Then they abandoned humanity?
There comes a time when all children must fend for themselves. Perhaps we should think of ourselves as having reached adulthood.
I see. But now that we're without a goddess, what will become of the Church of Martel?
Jerry's still out on that one. They might go on worshipping a god that's no longer there, or maybe they'll change their focus to Martel in her spirit form. Whatever the case, the Church of Martel is on the decline. It may just fade away on its own.
Lloyd, do you have a moment?
Sure, what is it?
I existed in this world even before it was divided in two. This was before the existence of both Crucius and the goddess Martel, and naturally the religion founded in her name.
Right, I guess that makes sense. The Church of Martel wasn't formed until after the world split.
It was way back then that I first met a half-elf by the name of Martel. She had a brother, younger than she by some years. He was called Mythos, the boy now known as Mythos the Hero.
You met Mythos?
Yes, they were very close. At that time, they were searching for some way to save this world, the goddess Martel. Mythos the Hero. I cannot believe that the name of Mythos' sister was mere coincidence. Does this mean that the origin of the Church of Martel is...
Yes, it's just as you suspect.
Then the spirit of this new tree truly is the Martel I once knew.
It's not only Martel, though.
Whatever became of Mythos? Have you heard anything?
When we regenerated the world, Mythos lent us his power.
Is that true? Then where is he now?
Mythos became the World Tree, or at least that's what I believe.
Huh?
I'd forgotten how handy Rayards are.
Hey, I agree with you for once, Shorty. I've always said a beautiful creature like myself belongs high in the majestic sky.
Beautiful? You? The dictionary in your brain has its definitions reversed.
I have to agree, though. I've never felt anything quite like riding a Rayard. I mean, what person hasn't dreamt of flying?
Seems to me we were doing just fine on foot.
Is the Rayard not to your liking, Lady Marta?
It's just, what keeps a hunk of metal like that in the air?
It's thanks to Wiener's Law.
That's Werner's Law, Colette.
Yeah, but there's nothing protecting you. If you fall, you'll die.
Actually, we crashed in a Rayard once, but we're still here to tell about it.
Marta, are you afraid of heights?
Of course not. I just don't understand why everybody's so in love with the stupid Rayards, that's all.
Sorry I couldn't say anything earlier.
Lloyd!
Hey, we figured you had your reasons, but still you gotta let us join in the fun, too.
I plan to from now on.
Please count on us.
Besides, now that we're not spending all our time worrying about you, we can really focus on the task at hand.
I don't know. Having Lloyd with us might give us more to worry about than ever before.
What was that, Genus?
I believe you'll be forced to endure accusations and aspersions wherever we go. Are you up to it?
I'll just have to work to win back the trust I've lost one day at a time. I think that's all I can do.
And we'll be there to help you.
Hey, it's good to be back, everyone.
Lloyd, you're really something.
How so?
Well, I could be the being who might destroy this world, but you called me your friend. You put your trust in me.
There's nothing special about that. Besides, you're the one that's incredible.
Huh?
I've seen the way you lived in spite of what you are. That's how I know I was right to believe in you. I really like guys like you.
Really?
Well then, Lloyd, you should also live in a way that merits the trust of others.
Professor?
I recall giving you some homework 6 months ago. I assume you've completed all of it?
Professor, I'm 19 years old. I've memorized my multiplication tables. Haven't I studied enough?
Silence. Ever since the world was restored, you've done nothing but travel. You have yet to finish the curriculum. I will see that you finish what you've started.
Come on.
Lloyd. So the guardian of the world tree?
Ewan.
Right, Ewan. Is he an acquaintance?
We crossed paths when we were restoring the world.
He always looks a bit cross, but he's really doing all he can to find happiness.
Actually, Colette, that's not exactly...
I think I know what you mean. He looks like he doesn't have much happiness in his life.
Really?
That's one way to say it. You could also say the guy's just got no luck.
Hey guys, let's stop talking about him behind his back, okay? Don't forget, he helped us out quite a bit.
Then again, he's caused his fair share of trouble, too.
Sounds like a pretty complicated guy.
I guess good looks aren't everything. So, Presea, you have a thing for paw pads?
Yes, I like how soft and springy they are. Regal and I are members of the Paw Pad Playmate Society.
Yes.
Huh? What the heck is that?
It's a recreational club sponsored by the Lezareno Group.
Oh, sign me up too!
We'd love to have you, Genus.
They even have a paw pad club?
I guess the Lezareno Company is not to be trifled with.
It's been quite a while.
Yes, this is where our last journey began.
Really?
Yeah, it's where I received the Oracle and set out to regenerate the world.
A lot happened. It's not like all that much time has gone by, but somehow it seems like it all happened so long ago.
It's sort of a strange feeling.
Huh?
I thought I'd never forgive the Chosen and her companions for causing the giant tree to lose control. But now I find myself traveling with those very people.
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. I was the one who didn't understand. A Chosen has her own life to live. You have a past and a present. You didn't just appear out of nowhere to kill Mom.
We all play the starring roles in our own stories. When those other than ourselves appear on stage, we tend to view them only as minor characters.
But in the end, it doesn't work that way.
Realizing that may be the first step towards becoming an adult.
Hey now, Marta, my sweet. You look as though you've put your foot in your mouth and didn't much care for the taste.
Leave me alone, Zelos.
You took a question you haven't even answered for yourself and piled it on Emil's shoulders. But you knew you were doing it as you did it, and you regret it. Am I wrong?
What do you mean? What question?
I mean the one that goes, let's see now, which Emil do I like the best?
You're wrong. Both Emils are important to me. After all, they're both
Emil. You're not mistaken there. That's why it's hurting you so much.
But then what should I have done? I knew what I was saying was unfair, but I couldn't stand to have the other Emil just disappear.
If that's really what you think, you should stand by it.
What?
If that's your true feeling, then be straight with it. Don't say things to Emil that you'll only regret as soon as they leave your lips. He's got more to deal with than any of us. If you honestly don't want to lose any part of him, then you did the right thing in saying so.
Zelos.
Both personalities are Emil. It's only natural for you to fall in love with both. They're the same person. All that's left is to believe in him and wait.
Right. Thank you.
So, this is my final time as Emile Castagnet. I've got to take one long last look at this world, take stock of what I've left undone, and finish the job.
Lord Emile, have you made your peace? Is there anything you've left unfinished or have yet to do?
No, I'm ready. I've even patched things up with my aunt and uncle.
If you should change your mind, please tell me at once.
Tenebrae, thank you. I'm glad to have had you as my centurion.
Lord Emile, I too am proud to have known you, Lord Ratatosk, in your time here as Emile.
Yo, Emil, there's something I've been meaning to ask.
What is it?
Listen, you never hesitate to ask Regal or Rain for their opinion, and now that you've met Lloyd, he's your regular best friend. So why don't you ever come to your old buddy Zelos for advice?
Well, I guess I just didn't think to. Is that bad?
I'm not calling it bad. I just don't get it is all.
It's not that I don't value your opinion, but not only are you older than me, you're also the Chosen. I guess I was a little intimidated.
It's ironic that someone called the Chosen One would have self-esteem issues.
I could seriously have you roasting on a spit right now.
Wow, there are a lot more enemies than I expected.
Yes. Also, it may be my imagination, but my head feels heavy.
No, you are not mistaken. That is energy flowing outward from the demonic realm. It would seem you are sensitive to the forces of demons.
Persea, are you okay?
Please don't worry about me.
Lord Ratatosk is currently preventing the energy and inhabitants of the demonic realm from invading this world. However, it won't be too long before the door is opened completely. Unless my lord's power is fully restored, that is.
Right, we've got to hurry up and get that door shut. Let's go.
Richter, what's he trying to do?
Good question. He used the Vanguard to create a distraction and buy him time to open the door. But why?
Would he really sacrifice this entire world to get at me?
You still trust him, don't you?
I wouldn't call it trust. It might only be because I look like Aster, but he's always been kind to me, and I think he was sincere. He's not the type of person who would destroy the world. That's what I want to believe.
Then it's about time we find out whether or not you're right.
Yeah, who knows? Richter might be willing to talk with you.
Yeah. I can't lose, no matter what. Even if it means I have to fight Richter.
Time to say you know what.
Yeah, courage is the magic that turns dreams into reality.
Give me your hand. I want to give you whatever power I can.
Thank you.
All right, take my hand as well.
Mine too.
And mine.
Me too.
Take my power too.
I may not have much to offer, but
Wow, Regal. Your hand is huge.
Evolva, what are you guys doing? You remember what we're here for, right?
You guys are killing the mood. I guess I'm no better than Alice. When she attacked Emil like that, I didn't even hesitate. I had no problem hurting someone for my own petty reasons.
Do you think so? I see the situation somewhat differently.
Huh?
You fought out of love for another person. Alice fought out of love for herself. To me, the motivations are as different as night and day. That is not to say what you did was right, but regardless of whether it was right or wrong, is that not love?
That was a mistake. We should have left the Darius emblems behind.
Were the Darius emblems something you needed during the journey of regeneration?
Yeah, we couldn't have done it without them. Which is why I never expected them to work against us. I guess you could never tell.
But Martel's protection is really powerful.
No, I think it's only that way against Ratatosk. They're both tree spirits, so maybe they cancel each other out or something.
You're probably right. Huh. Lloyd, you really know your stuff.
I agree. I must admit I had my doubts after hearing so many people describe you as a fool and a bumbling idiot. But it would appear I was quite mistaken.
And who exactly were these people?
Well, thank goodness. Can't say I blame old Ratatosk for wanting to gaze on this perfect specimen of chosenhood forever, but without me, this poor world would drown in the tears of lovely ladies everywhere.
Why do I feel like I've heard this before?
I can't say I have any desire to gaze at you.
Pipe down.
Don't mind him, Emil. The idiot Chosen's just upset that he's past his prime. It's all downhill from here.
You can say that again.
All downhill.
I still find it hard to believe that Centurions are capable of falling in love.
I must admit my own surprise. However, just as cores may affect the hearts of people, a strong will may also affect the cores.
I think I know what you mean. The human heart seems fragile, but it's actually pretty tough.
Yeah. When someone feels anger or sadness, they can affect other people with their emotions. And sometimes there's nothing you can do to help them, even if you want to.
But you can also spread positive emotions. And there are plenty of times when people's hearts are touched and they don't even realize it.
That is true. Aqua must have been influenced by the strength of Richter's conviction, and it changed her. It may very well be your hearts that hold the key to success in the coming struggle.